Hey, this is Noah MUA. Maybe you should say that, because that's who you are.
That's fine.
Noah made the artwork for my new song, GETO UTOF MYHE AD. Do you just want to describe the process?
Yeah, totally. This is the hand drawing that I started the process with. Very much a pen and paper artist. First thoughts were just some sort of character, creature, or guy kind of holding their face with their head exploding. Back to Johnny, was like, okay, that sounds great, but what if we made it you? And you agreed. Sent me some reference pictures, kind of where I started the workflow. So I picked my favorite one. I put it onto my computer. Decided that I was going to start by tracing the outline of the face to get the general shape and proportions before I started to fill it in with all the kind of psychedelia and pattern pointillism work that I typically do on my more like cartoonish psychedelic work. I got inspired to do that by an artist on Instagram. I think his name is Sweet Joey Vermouth, who does this really kind of hilarious art where he'll trace a celebrity and put all these like crappy looking like little bug stickers on it. It's really cool. Definitely check that out. Tracing is not cheating, kids. It was really helpful for me in this process. Good outline, really lightly in pencil of Johnny's face, making sure the proportions were looking good. Then I went over the basic outline in pen. From there, added the exploding head with imagery that felt appropriate, the subject matter of the song. You can still see a little piece of tape on the artwork when it was taped to the laptop.
It adds character.
It does. He scanned it and started working on it in Microsoft Paint. Artist on a budget. This is the completed version of the centerpiece of the album art. Johnny's beautiful face turning into mush. Literally did this in Microsoft Paint. Such a headache and so hilarious. When I put it in here, it was just the straight up outline. From that point, I started to color it in. I started with Johnny's sweater. I used the airbrush tool here because that left a little bit of white space and just made it look like a little bit fuzzy, starting with just yellow over the white. From there, I did a couple different shades of yellow just to give it some kind of texture and depth. Going in really close to these lines was tough. I had to use a brush size 1 pixel at a time, cutting it so close to the lines, which was super fun. I looked up skin tone color palette. You can see I just kind of put some more of the pinks and stuff into the shadowy areas. Lip color, shaded it in towards like a gradient, getting darker and darker around the edges just to give it a sense of depth, which looks a lot better zoomed out than it does zoomed in. I just want to make sure it looked nice and clean and crisp. Zombie hand, I did like a lighter, paler skin tone so it would look kind of sickly, corpsely, and then I got this like nice blood here. It zoomed out as it is on Spotify and stuff like that. It especially becomes much more like blended and everything. This was my first time, pretty fun learning curve to that. Yeah, I actually enjoyed the process. I thought it was pretty fresh for me. To do a completed work like this and to do it for your song was like definitely like a big boost.
Anybody wants to hire Noah for music or art, I recommend both. He's very good at both, the music and the arts. Good. Where can people find you?
On Instagram, you can find me at Noah Imua Music. I also have like a page that I sell my merch at called shop.imua, and I'll probably start to rework that page to not only sell my band's merch, but also to do maybe some prints of some artwork. So yeah, if anybody needs artwork, if you want to just check out my music or hire me for guitar work, whatever. This is what I do. Thanks, man. You know, I love you so much. Hopefully I'll mail you the original soon.
Yeah, I would love to hang it up with the other originals I have.